in theaters Friday.
My brother wanted to help a lot of people. That's what we're gonna do.
This family comes in all shapes and sizes.
There.
I love that robot!
Baymax, grab hold.
I will always be with you.
From the creators of Frozen, Disney's Big Hero 6.
Low battery. Harry, baby.
Friday in 3D, rated PG.
Hello, I'm the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. Over the last 20 years, there has been an increasing presence of Japanese animation, or anime for short, in Western pop culture. The films of Hayao Miyazaki have achieved critical acclaim in the West and even recognition from the Oscars. Anime series have garnered huge success on American television, both for children and for adults. But anime has not simply migrated to the US, it has mixed with our own culture, particularly on television. But now it seems that anime is finally starting to mix with feature animation in the West, as shown in Disney's latest family-friendly release, Big Hero 6. Based on the Marvel comic of the same name, which I admit I have not read, Big Hero 6 is set in the futuristic world of San Francisco. The film tells the story of 14-year-old robotics genius Hiro Hamada, voiced by Ryan Potter, and his older brother Tadashi, voiced by Daniel Henney, who is also a robotics prodigy. After Tadashi sadly passes away, Hiro inherits his brother's last creation, a cuddly medical robot named Baymax, voiced by Scott Adsit. When inventions similar to Tadashi and Hiro's fall into the hands of a mysterious supervillain, Hiro joins forces with Tadashi's friends and fellow robotics buffs to create a superhero team to save the day. Said friends include the laid-back comic book-loving Fred, voiced by TJ Miller, the tomboyish athlete Go-Go, voiced by Jamie Chung, the hugely built but slightly neurotic Wasabi, voiced by Damon Wayans Jr., and the manic pixie dream girl Honey Lemon, voiced by Genesis Rodriguez. The world and characters of this film are what really sold it for me. Hiro is your typical smug boy genius, but he is still likable because he is both legitimately brilliant at what he does, and he is generally trying to do right. It's just that he needs some guidance in his life, like all kids do. That guidance comes in the form of Tadashi, who is just as smart as Hiro, but older and more mature, which makes him able to relate to Hiro while still being able to properly guide him in life. The rest of Tadashi's friends are hilarious and bursting with personality, each offering a unique and varied identity, while still being integral to the plot and to the other characters, which is probably the hardest part of an ensemble cast like this. The best part is that they managed to make science and engineering look fun and interesting for kids by showing all the possibilities and how varied the people involved in it can be. The best example of this is probably the characters Go-Go and Honey Lemon. Both have very opposing personalities and identities, with Go-Go being very masculine and Honey Lemon being very feminine. Both are incredibly skilled at what they do, and their superpowers reflect that. It's meant to show that people, particularly women, of all varieties can excel in this field, and that one need not be held back by any sort of gender role. The use of diversity, in addition to the visual splendor and bursts of energy used in animating it, makes science and engineering very appealing for kids, and I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of kids became obsessed, however briefly, with robotics because of this movie. And speaking of robotics, Baymax is by far the breakout character of this film. His cuddly design is very appealing and charming, and his personality of constantly wanting to help people in a very awkward manner is beyond endearing. This is because all throughout the film, Baymax is trying to help Hiro deal with the loss of his brother. Yeah, Hiro's major character arc is he's dealing with basically clinical depression, and his road to recovery takes him to some kind of dark places that the movie doesn't shy away from, or at least as much as a PG-rated film can. Needless to say, but the animation in this film is simply stunning. This is the first time Disney has animated one of their Marvel adaptations, and this allows for a ton of creativity with the team's powers, not to mention the amazing world this film creates. San Francisco is, as the name suggests, a hybrid of San Francisco and Tokyo. If I had to compare it to anything, it would be Republic City from The Legend of Korra, which is in and of itself a mix of New York City and Hong Kong. And speaking of Legend of Korra, this may be just me, but the villain of this movie looks almost distractingly similar to Amon. He's a cool antagonist with an awesome image and a cool backstory, but visually speaking, he is essentially what Amon would be like if he could metal bend, which is a bit weird. Overall, I give Big Hero 6 a high big screen rating. It's funny, exciting, ambitious, and even pretty touching at points. Oh, and make sure to stay for the credits for the obligatory Stan Lee cameo, which is probably one of the best they've done in any Marvel movie. I'm the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. Goodbye.
'Cause we could be